Dear students, today we are going to take a lesson in history, that is lesson number 2, New Kings and Kingdoms. So here we are going to start with the political developments in India during 700 to 1200 AD. So here we are going to study that after the death of King Harshvardhanas in 647 AD, his vast kingdom began to disintegrate, and because of this it led to the rise of a number of small kingdoms in northern India between 800 and 1200 AD. And because of this disintegration, there were numerous new features which emerged in the country's social, economic, political, and cultural life. And here we will see that the three powers, that is, the Pratiharas, the Rashtrakutas, and the Palas, who were struggling for the supremacy over Kannauj. As Kannauj was the center of all the political developments in northern India during the long reign of King Harshvardhan, so the most significant reasons which could have been its location near the sea, near the river Ganga. So because of the feature of river Ganga, so most of them were trying to take the supremacy over this kingdom Kannauj. But even after King Harshvardhana's death, Kannauj continued to be an important for different ruling dynasties, and its possession was considered to be immensely beneficial, resulting in a long series of battles between those three powers, that is the Gujara, Pratiharas, Rashtrakutas and Palas, for taking the control over the central Gangetic Valley in general and Kannauj, because it has a specific feature of river Ganga which is being more advantageous or important in respect of trade, resources and agriculture. So most of these kingdoms were just fighting among themselves to take the supremacy over Kannauj, to take the power over Kannauj. So this fight, which was essentially aimed at securing supreme position on a political scene of north and central India, is known as the tripartite struggle, and since it mainly involved three parties, that is the Pratiharas, Rashtrakutas and Palas. And these three powers involved in this struggle were the Gurjara Pratihara dynasty, then the Rashtrakutas and the Pala dynasty. So the Gujara Pratihara dynasty, which was founded by Harichandra during 6th century, and Nagabhat first was the first important ruler of this dynasty, and his successors brought the whole of Gujarat and the southwestern Rajasthan under their control. So they took the supremacy of these places. The Pratihara power reached its zenith under the Bhoja or Bhoja I in the tripartite struggle. So the Gujaras and Pratiharas used which side of India? Western side as its base. Then comes the Rashtrakutas, who were originally subordinates of the Chalukya, overthrew their master in 753 BC, and they established an independent dynasty under a chief, Dandi Durga. And what do we mean by the term Rashtrakuta? It means designated officer in charge of a territorial division called Rashtra. Clear? So initially they were ruled in the Deccan. So they were ruling in the Deccan part of India, and later they expanded their kingdom towards the south and the southwest. Now comes the third dynasty, that is the Pala dynasty, and it was being founded by Gopala in the 8th century, and he started as a ruler of a tiny principality called Pundravardhan, which is near Bhogra in present day Bangladesh. It is now present, this place is present in Bangladesh now. So subsequently he included Ganga in his kingdom, and gradually he extended his control to the whole of Bengal. So he started from Ganga, and then gradually he has started extending his supremacy to take the control to the whole of Bengal. Pala ruler Devapala reasserted his authority in the east and in the northern Deccan. And after the death of Devapala, Pala power started declining. And though it revived during the reign of Mahipala, its stronghold now was confined only to Bihar. So from West Bengal, from that Bengal side, they have come to Bihar now.